Tea with Lisa D. We're going to talk about what Tony does up to now. We're going to talk about Britney Spears. And my guest today is comedian T.D. Fenderson. Yay!
Hey.
So coming on with me. And sip some tea with Lisa D. Now we're going to sip some tea. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sippin Tea with me, Lisa D. Like I said, today's guest is G.D. Fenderson, the comedian. And I got some questions for this man. I have got some questions. So, have you guys noticed the gas prices? What's up with that? Why is gas so daggone expensive? Okay, I went to mow my lawn. It cost me $7 to fill up my lawnmower to cut my grass on a regular city-sized lot. $7 for a push mower. Look, I tell you what, I am going to air up the tires on my bike. I haven't rode my bike in 3 years, but look, most of the bars that I do my gigs at are like, not that far away, less than 2 miles. I'm going to start riding my bikes to my gigs. I'm going to have to glue down my hats with some of that Gorilla Glue to make sure it doesn't fly off, because it is a little windy here in Indiana. But because I can't afford these daggone gas prices. It's crazy. Just crazy to me. But you know what? It's better than us being invaded by some country. We don't have it as bad as the Ukraine. But I tell you what, it's stressful. It is so stressful. And it's like with everything going on, it's like, oh my gosh, it's hard to catch my breath. It's hard to breathe because there is just so much going on. There's just so much. So I sat down today, and when I mean today, I mean about an hour ago, and I wrote a song. It's about not being able to breathe. It's called I Can't Breathe. Because it seems to me ever since the Floyd incident, we in America have had some crazy things happen. And things have gotten worse. It's like the whole country is holding its breath. It's like everybody has got a knee in their neck. We can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Somebody help me. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Can't even send a kid to school anymore. 'Cause you don't know if they're gonna be so good. Oh, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Just like somebody got their knee on my neck. I can't breathe. Can't breathe. Can't even go to church. Can't even go to the store anymore. I don't feel safe. You know what? I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't I can't, I can't breathe. I can't catch my breath. Everything is such a mess. I can't breathe. 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 Somebody help me breathe. I can't. I can't. I can't catch my breath. Oh, this world is such a mess that I can't. 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 That is called I Can't Breathe. One of my Lisa Divalicious originals. So I want to welcome to my stage here at Sippin Tea, comedian G.D. Fenderson.
Hey, hey,
Hello, welcome to
how's
my
it going? Hey,
stage. So happy to see you. So happy. Thank you so much. So,
uh,
how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Good to see you. I love your hat.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, I love the dreads, sir. The
Oh,
locks
that.
are
Thank you.
lovely. The locks are lovely.
Well, unlike your hat, these don't come off. These are mine. This is not a weave.
It's
This
not a
is
weave.
me.
You know what?
This is all me.
I was gonna ask you, was that real?
No, this is real. This is all real. This is all me.
Wow,
And
that's
yeah.
awesomeness. I need to get some of your hair strategies, sir, because yeah, I need my hair to start growing back here pretty soon. My next question for you, sir. Can you give me about 10 to 12 minutes of comedy?
Sure. Yeah.
Yay! Everybody, GD Fenderson bringing us some comedy.
All right. Hi, I'm GD Fenderson. Uh, I grew up in Baltimore, and I've had a pretty rough life for a white guy. But for a black guy, my life has been great. Okay, it's been fantastic. Uh, I have a great wife. My car is paid off, and I have my own company, So GD Funny, my own LLC. Now, those of you who don't know what an LLC means, if you're not familiar with biggest business jargon, LLC means little low on cash. So I'm a little low on cash. Now, tell you a little bit about myself. Other than that, like I said, I grew up in Baltimore. Now, by the way I say Baltimore, there are two things you can know about me right away. First of all, I speak proper English, and second, I could fight because I talked like this. But before I learned to fight, I learned to take a punch because thanks, mom, I talk like this. This is the way you learn to talk from the people you're hanging around with. I hung around with my mom. My mom spoke proper English. She did not believe in bad words, just bad intentions. So that's it. Just bad intentions. Now, my mother, and she was superstitious. My mother was very superstitious. And in fact, my mother believed in three magic words. No, I'm your mother. And she thought no matter what happened in my life, no matter how bad it was, she could say to me, I'm your mother, and it made things all better. So when the rest of the kids, I have to tell you, I'm the youngest. I am the youngest of a litter of four. Now I have to say litter as an homage to my father and what he called my mother whenever they had arguments.
Oh.
And yeah, and I know what you're thinking. And I do not condone any man calling his wife old yellow. It doesn't it it, it doesn't matter how light her skin is, because yellow wives matter. Okay? Yellow wives matter. And he said, so I grew up in Baltimore. Baltimore is famous for crabs. Um, I do not like crabs. Don't eat crabs. To me, eating crabs is like dating a very thin woman. It's a whole lot of work and not enough meat.
Amen.
Now, I'm not saying that I haven't eaten a few crabs in my day. I'm just saying it's a lot of work. Mm,
Ah.
Now, I'm an orphan. I became an orphan at the age of 55.
Oh,
Um, yeah, at first, well, my mother killed my father when I was 8.
oh my gosh.
Okay, all right. They say it was cancer, but we know, because my father didn't smoke. And we asked my mother, said, Mom, how did dad get cancer? And he never smoked a cigarette, not one day in his life. And my mother goes, How the fuck do I know? Do I look like the Surgeon General? Well, when I got older and less afraid of my mother, I figured it out. My mother smoked. My father didn't smoke. My mother smoked. And she would sit on the edge of the bed next to my father and go, Go to sleep. Go back to sleep. It took her 15 years to kill him like that. so, so when my mother told us that about my stepfather's suicide, we believed her. Yeah, yeah, he's suicidal and cancer. So, and I said, my mother passed away when in 2015, and when she passed away, leaving me an orphan, at the age of 55. Okay, I it left a big hole in my heart. It left a big hole in my life, period. And just like anybody else, I tried to fill that hole. And so I went to the internet to fill that hole. And you would be surprised how many people are willing to be your mommy. And all it takes is like your credit card information and social security number, and they will be your new mommy. So now, what's today? Today is I don't remember. I know Juneteenth is coming up. And there are a lot of people who do not know what Juneteenth is. And I understand it. I get it. I know why people don't get it. In a nutshell, Juneteenth is July 4th for Black people. Now, the reason why a lot of people don't understand it is because it's a Black holiday. And because it's a Black holiday, most people don't get it. Now, if you haven't noticed, all of our successful ethnic holidays are drinking holidays. So you have St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, St. Patrick's Day for the Irish.
Yeah.
You have Cinco de Mayo for Mexicans, Hispanics, Latinos, Latinas, Latinx. Uh, you have July 4th for white people. And again,
Yeah.
I say white people because we were not free.
Yeah.
But the reason why those holidays are popular is because they all involve alcohol. And if Juneteenth involved alcohol, it'd be popular. If I say if I say St. Patrick's Day, people automatically think, oh yeah, um, Killian's, Jameson, and they can think of a whole bunch of Irish drinks that are popular for that day. And if I say Cinco de Mayo, people have a bunch of things they can think of, like Dos Equis, tequila, Cuervo, things that are just strictly Hispanic and Mexican, and you just know, and you can identify with that holiday. If I say July 4th, people automatically think, well, wild turkey, uh, Budweiser, fireworks, and
Yeah.
care first,
Ooh.
because nothing says freedom like alcohol, explosives, and first aid. So, yeah, if you want people to know what Juneteenth is, you have to attach an alcohol sponsor to it. Okay, I know you think, oh, but you have February. Okay, fuck February. I'm telling you, fuck February. We don't need a whole month. Because look, I'm black, and by the fourth, I am tired of the same facts that they give you the first 4 days. And all February is, all Black History Month is an opportunity for people to sell you shit in a special way that they couldn't sell it to you in January and March. So in January and March, they're just Trojan condoms. But in February, they're the Wilt Chamberlain uh, condom. Guard your post like a champion. In January and March, they're just vibrators. But in February, they're the Magic Johnson dildos. In January and March, it's just shoe polish, just brown shoe polish. But for February, it's the Rachel Dolezal homegirl home kit. So, so, so that's what's missing about Juneteenth. There is no alcohol sponsor. Okay, so I'm thinking for Juneteenth, we get listen, Hennessy, Colt 45, uh, some of the uh, drinks that are popular among Black people, Crown Royal. Now those are the sponsors. Those should be the sponsors. Oh yeah, and lotion because Black people get ashy. So yeah, yeah, you got to have lotion. So alcohol and lotion should be the sponsors for Juneteenth, and then it would become a popular holiday. As a matter of fact, get rid of all of the months that people are celebrating. We don't need them. People don't care about months; they care about holidays and drinking. That's what they care about. So March was Women's Month. Fuck it. They don't need a whole month. Give them one day to celebrate a drinking holiday. Okay. As a matter of fact, that day should be the day before March Madness starts, um, because half the men out there are going to be ignoring their women anyway, and so the women they got 2 weeks to get this shit and go. They can be free, and it'll be 2 weeks. It'll be 2 weeks before they even notice. Okay, so yeah, we just give them one day now. And people say, well, women. Well, what are we going to celebrate for that day? Yeah, we're celebrating women and their freedom. Now, according to my wife, a woman's freedom is the day that she gets her divorce. Now, and not every woman gets divorced on the same day, okay? So, but what we can do is we can treat it just like we do President's Day. Okay, President's Day is one day, and we celebrate all the presidents. Okay, we have Veterans Day, one day, and we celebrate all of the veterans. Okay, we have Labor Day, we have one day, and we celebrate all the babies that were born. Right?
I don't know what
Well,
they do.
the, the point is, women just need one day and they need a drink. Okay, not just a drink, but a sponsor. Okay, so their sponsors could be what, sangria, margaritas, anything. As long as the drink is not mixed by Bill Cosby, you'll be fine. You can enjoy yourself. You can relax. Okay. June is Gay Pride Month. We do not need a whole month for gay people. Okay. For those of us who have gay friends, we already love you. Okay. Another month or another day is not going to make a difference. What you need is for people who don't know you to love you. And the way they get to know you is through alcohol. So we give you a day where we are drinking together. Okay. And that day should be the first day of spring because that's when you're sprung.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. And for your drink, we get you, well, according to the internet and a lot of my friends, uh, gay men like IPAs. Was it I prefer anal? Is that what that stands for? I don't know. But the thing is, they like IPAs. Okay, so we give them that one day, and we celebrate together. See, here's the deal. There's a lot of hatred out there. A lot of hatred, a lot of distrust, and it's for no good reason. It's only because people do not know people. And the people who make money off of fear are trying to keep us from getting to know each other. And so they brand us in a way that make us scary to other people. And I'm saying, yes, no matter how, forget the homophobes and the racists and the sexists, they're going to hate somebody. But you know who everybody loves? Everybody loves their drinking buddy. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know how you know? I was in a bar. I went into a bar with a guy I worked with. He was a gay man and he loved country western music. Okay, so I go when he on his last day of work. I went with him to his place of choice to celebrate his last day of work, a gay cowboy bar.
Oh,
Yes,
gee.
when I walked through the door, they were so shocked to see me. They didn't take my money for cover. They didn't check my ID. They just let me go to the table, and they didn't even speak to me for like 10 minutes because they were like shocked that there was a black guy in that bar. Okay, and the minute somebody bothered with me, they goes, "Hey, he's drinking with us. Leave him alone." And says that we might be able to get something from him once he drinks enough. You leave him alone. Let him drink. You let him get drunk in this bar. New meat. New meat. We got new meat. So I'm saying so that's how we get to know each other. We do it over alcohol. And when we get together, for Juneteenth, we all put our cars in the Rosa parking ride and we walk into the bar and we get drunk together. And we don't have to worry about getting a ride home because Muslims don't drink. They can be our designated drivers. Now, I don't know how I am on time, so I'm going to keep talking until Lisa stops me.
Hey, you know what? You have been wonderful. Thank you, Jay. GD Fenderson. You were
Uh,
hilarious. Oh my gosh. Look, you know what? Women's Month needs to be brought by Tampax and
yeah.
Pampering and Pampering and that box wine. Box, that's who needs to
Frenzia.
sponsor.
Frenzia, yeah.
Yes. Yes, that's
Yeah,
who
friend,
needs to
yeah.
sponsor Women's Month. I think so. So, GD Fenderson, why don't you come on and sip some tea with Lisa D?
All right, well, hey, I will. Yeah. Well,
So, what you drinking?
I'm drinking fresh squeezed cactus juice.
It needs a little more squeezing, sir. Your cactus juice
You
needs a
know,
whole lot more squeezing.
my wife says the same thing to me. A little bit more squeezing
Yeah, you definitely need to squeeze it some more. Well, since
and
I
and
have
and bigger pricks and bigger pricks. Yeah. So no.
your wife's probably used to it. You know, since I have been like been out, like I was out Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and I really drank too much. So today I am drinking me some orange juice because yeah, my body's like, hey, cut it, because we ain't going to AA. We ain't going to AA. That we ain't doing that. So I have orange juice today. Yes.
Well, now. Do you like your orange juice with no pulp, a lot of pulp, or some pulp?
I prefer to have stuff go down my throat that does not gag me. So, and no pulp at all. Oh, if it has any pulp in it, it's gross. It's gross.
So,
I feel like
okay, so
I feel like I'm swallowing boogers and snot. Mm.
you like the micro penis of orange juice? No gagging, just no gagging, just 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 enough so that they're happy, but not so much that I'm unhappy. I got you. I
Look,
got you.
I can control my gag reflex when necessary. By the way,
Oh, okay.
I mean, my boyfriend knows this quite well. Don't you? Don't you? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. So we're going to talk about some current events. Okay.
Sure.
Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is I know everybody's probably tired to death of hearing about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, but I tell you what, this court thing has been wonderful for Johnny. Johnny started his it was an Instagram, I do believe they said. He started Instagram or TikTok yesterday, and within a day he had 42 million followers in a day. Okay? So this other thing that he's getting into, I mean, he's really on fire right now. You know, everybody's like Johnny Depp is wonderful, even though Amber Heard still won too. Everybody's kind of forgetting, he kind of was slapping the girl a little bit, but I guess pooping the bed beats slapping the girl. I don't know. But anyway, what he is doing is he is now releasing an album. He's going to music now. I mean, I've seen him on that in that commercial, yeah, Dior commercial. He's playing the guitar, looking sexy as heck. Yeah, yeah. So now he's going into music. So 8 days after he won the defamation case, even though he kind of lost a little bit because he still had to pay her $2 million. Him and this guy, his name is Jeff Beck. He's been touring with him. They said in the UK they are going to release an album titled 18, and they're going to release it on July 15th. So it's like the guy he's out there in the media. He's well known. His everybody loves him now. Everybody loves him. It's like everybody kind of forgot, he kind of beat a girl, but she was pooping on him. But it's like I think he's taking full advantage of being in the spotlight right now. What do you think?
Well, two things. First of all, since let's give Amber Heard some credit, okay? She did start the Me Too movement, and that's going to take off too. So yeah, that's and I would prefer the Me Too movement to the burning bed movement that Farrah Fawcett started back in the 70s or 80s, because there was a time when burning bed was the solution to every woman's problems. Okay, it was like, no, you fucked up, I'm burning the bed. Okay, and then Lorena Bobbitt started her movement, and then cutting off the Johnson was the solution. So
Ooh.
I will take shit in my bed over fire and blood any day. So let's give Amber Heard. So let's give Amber Heard some credit for moving the conversation to the Me Too movement. Let's give her some. Let's give her. Yes. Let's give her some props.
Yes,
Now,
thank you, Amber Heard, for the
yes.
Me
Thank
Too
you.
movement. And
Yes. Thank you.
it's a movement in itself that she has
Yes, it is.
created. Yes, it
Yes.
is. Yeah.
It-
But I mean, this guy is taking full advantage. It's like, yeah, everybody's looking at me right now. I'm going to release an album. I'm getting ready for him to have the Amber Heard, Johnny Depp story. Yeah, it's coming soon. The book, the song, the clothes, the style, the scent, the Dior scent. Well, I wouldn't want the Dior scent because, it'd be poo.
Uh,
Poo.
well, now the other thing, the band that he's got, I don't know much about the band, but Jeff Beck is a, I'm going to say was, well, Jeff Beck is a phenomenal musician, absolutely phenomenal. Now, the sheer fact that he's still playing lets me believe that he still got it, because I can't believe that as good as he would go out there for people to see him being a shadow of what he was. He was very innovative, and he changed a lot of what happened in electric guitar and rock music anyway. Kind of like Jimi Hendrix did, and Jimi Hendrix made what he did for rock music. He like took that another level, and then Jeff Beck in his way took it another level. So being surrounded with Jeff Beck is a good thing.
Yeah,
Um,
he teamed up with the good one. But you know
yeah,
what? Jeff Beck is 77 years old.
yeah,
Imagine
yeah.
rocking into your 77.
So God bless him. If he, like I said, as long as he can still do it, God bless him. If he's just a shadow of himself and he's riding, I can't imagine. I hate to say this, but if he's riding Johnny Depp's coattails, I can't. No, that doesn't even sound right. That doesn't even sound right. I'm going to believe that Jeff Beck is still one of the great guitar players. I'm going to
Oh,
believe that, and so that I don't ever stop believing it, I'm not going to listen to Johnny Depp's record with him. That way, I can still believe that Jeff Beck is still good. It's like it'll be like I had okay, when I was a teenager. Well, when actually my first crush was on an actress named Barbara McNair. Okay, that was my first crush, and she was gorgeous, and I never met her. And if I were to meet her today, I don't think I'd have that same crush. And I think that's how I feel about Jeff Beck, not the crush part, but
yeah,
I want to remember him back when I admired him. I don't want to see him now if he sucks. Now,
yeah.
if Barbara McNair still looks like she did when she was back in the late 60s when I first saw her,
I don't think so.
1968.
I don't
1967.
think so, GD.
I'm just
Uh-uh.
saying.
No.
Look, Lena Horne got better looking as she got older.
Didn't she? She was beautiful. She was beautiful.
Yes,
Did she die like 2 years ago? Yeah, she was beautiful up to the end. She got more
yes,
gorgeous. Tina Turner's another one that is like,
yes,
oh my gosh, this lady
yes.
looks phenomenal. Legs still
Uh,
shaking, and oh, proud Mary.
okay,
Yes.
okay, you know something. Okay, Barbara McNair died in 2007, so I apologize. So if I met her now, yeah, she really wouldn't look good right now. Yeah.
I think her
So.
first words she would be boo, boo,
yeah,
boo. And in
she.
another celebrity news, Britney Spears, just months out of getting out of her conservatorship with her parents, she's gone and gotten into another bondage issue. She getting married. She getting married. It's like, girl, really? You just got out of bondage. Why are you going back in bondage? And yeah, the guy is 28 years old. He's 28. Um, so Spears is 40. So Spears kids, they ain't happy with her. So they said they're happy for her, but they ain't coming to the wedding. They ain't coming. And I honestly can't see this marriage lasting. I don't see it lasting. It's like Brittany, it's like as soon as she got out, she just said, okay, I'm doing all this crazy stuff because I heard she was pregnant and then she's getting married. This guy's 28 years old. She's getting married on Thursday. And it's like, dang, they need to box her back up. They need to box Brittany back up. Put her back in the box. Put her back in the box because she's going wild. What do you think?
Well, anybody. Okay, some people might be able to relate to this. Have you ever been friends with the minister's kid?
I am a
Okay,
minister's kid.
okay. As a general rule of thumb, the minister's kid is the wildest kid in the group because they have these rules that they live under with the minister, and they have like this. They have to make. They're so tightly wound that as soon as they get loose, they're going buck wild. Okay, so Britney Spears was like a minister's kid while she was in conservatorship. And now the pendulum is going the other way. And she's going buck wild. Okay, now that's not the natural state. That's not natural. Natural is you want the pendulum right here in the middle. You
Yeah.
want the swing right here in the middle. And
Yes.
she's going from one extreme to the other.
Yeah.
And so it's not going to last. Now, as far as the kids being happy for her but not wanting to be at the marriage, again, I understand because we know that for the most part, a woman's sexual peak is like in her 40s, and a man's sexual peak is in his late 20s. So we know why they got
She's
together.
hitting it
Okay,
right on time. She's hitting it
okay,
right on
yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah. So,
She's a smart girl.
and the kids know that, and no kid wants to imagine their parents having sex, even if they know that's where they came from. They don't want to imagine it, and so they're not going to the wedding because they know honeymoon. Oh yeah, yeah. They were
Yeah,
doing
they're
it.
gonna be smashing.
Yeah, yeah. No, they
Yeah,
don't want to. Yeah, and they also are going to have a hard time keeping a straight face if Brittany wears white. No,
oh, I know. That's gonna be really hard. That is, but I bet she does wear white. I bet she wears bright white. She wears white so bright it's gonna people have to wear glasses because I can just see her doing that. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So
white,
yeah,
and
so
she'll
this
probably even she'll with her money, not her new money, she'll probably even buy a new hymen so that she can have that for her honeymoon. She'll get rejuvenation just for the honeymoon. That's
yeah,
it.
because
Yeah.
look, all her videos that I've seen of Brittany, she does this little twist, twist, spin, spin, twist, twist, spin, spin. All her videos that I've seen she put on online, she's doing the same thing. Spin, 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 spin. It's like dang. So now that's good. She needed something else to do besides that twist, twist, spin, spin. Now she can do a little bang, bang in between.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
yeah, yeah. So I got this information from People, the People site. That's where this information came from. So if you want further information on these stories, go to that People site. So I've got some questions for you, GD
Sure,
Fenderson.
sure.
Are you ready for my questions?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I have a question for you. Who's your biggest influence in your area entertainment? Who influenced you? Who made you? Who created you?
Okay, there's two groups because there is the um, what I want to do and how I want to do it. So the the comedy thing is inspired um, that is inspired by Walter Cronkite, Dick Gregory, and Jonathan Winters because Walter Cronkite was trusted, and when I'm on stage, I want people to trust me. Dick Gregory because he made social commentary, and I want when I make my social commentary, I need people to trust me. But Jonathan Winters was just fucking funny on the fly, and he had a library of comedic information that was at his grasp, and such a command of that information. So those are the three that influence that part of the comedy. Now, as far as my stage performance, you've never heard of this guy, and I doubt that there's like three people listening. No, okay, I'm going to bet only one person in this audience has heard of this person. The band is called Sensational Alex Harvey Band. Alex Harvey was the lead singer, and their guitarist was a guy named Zal Clemenson. They are my influences as far as performance goes, because even though they were a musical band, when they performed, they acted it out. They brought just not just music, but it was just an entire experience that they brought with them. And I mean, you could say that about Earth, Wind, and Fire, but Earth, Wind, and Fire was huge, okay? And they had on like sometime at one point they worked with Doug Henning and they had musicians working with them. And but Sensational Harvey Band, it was just him. You know, when he did his thing, it was just him, and he acted, he performed, he put on a show. And you may not enjoy an individual may not enjoy their style of music, but their performances were art. And so I take that philosophy where I'm going to do my jokes, but I'm going to perform my jokes for you as well. I'm going to
Yeah,
perform my stories.
yeah. I think the audience appreciates when a comedian, does a little something different besides, stand and do your gig. I think they appreciate it when you go and you add a little more, yeah, a little more to it, a little more to it, a little more. Okay,
Well,
next question.
I'm sorry, also the audience. If you're fortunate enough to have a diverse audience, not everybody in the audience is going to receive information the same way.
True.
So somebody is going to be somebody's going to be like laughing at your jokes there and the nuances and the little things where you miss say a word or misuse a word on purpose, and like somebody go like, "Oh, he that was a grammar joke. I get that. That's fucking funny." And then someone else is going to go, "Oh shit, that was a dick joke. I like that." But then there's going to be someone who, but then there's someone who just likes who likes slapstick,
Yeah,
fall down Pratt stuff,
yeah,
physical comedy.
yeah.
And so there's something for everyone. And just for the record, I do not do dick jokes. Sorry to disappoint you. I do not do dick jokes. I do penis commentary with a humorous bent, usually to the left.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I do dick jokes. Matter of fact, I go on stage with my own little squeezy dick, by the way. I mean, I just do.
Well,
So,
I do too, but I don't squeak it while I'm on stage.
wait a minute, wait a minute. Okay, no, no, I'm not going there. I'm not- Okay, with all the violence happening around the USA and all the attacks on stages, and the shootings, do you feel safe? Why or why
Absolutely. Absolutely, I feel safe. Two reasons. First of all, if you know anything about me, you know I have bad luck. So if somebody walked on stage and slapped me, that would make me famous. That's not going to happen to me. I'm not bound to be famous, so no one's going on stage to slap me. It's like they don't give it. No. And the other thing is, if someone was going to shoot me, they would not shoot me for being a comedian. They'd shoot me for a few other things, like maybe being a smartass out in the street,
not?
but not on stage.
They're
Not
like,
not on
I'm
stage.
gonna wait for
No.
him to get on stage and I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get
Right?
him.
Yeah. Yeah, if somebody wants to like, there's like, if somebody meets me on the street, they have a gun, and go, "I'm gonna shoot you." I say, "Wait a minute, I'm going on in 10 minutes. Why don't you come watch my show? If you still feel like killing me after the show, you'll know where I'll be. I'll be right here, okay?"
Yeah, I'll
And they,
meet
and
you in
they
10 minutes. I got
right, I'll
something I
be
gotta do. I got something I gotta
right.
do
I'll meet right here, right here.
I'll be
Yeah,
back. I'll be back.
Yeah,
Okay.
but those people, yeah.
Next question. With would you say you like it clean or dirty? I mean your comedy, by the way.
Okay, well, I don't care. I just like honest comedy. I want it to be honest. I, I, see, I don't believe in clean and dirty. I don't. There's in my brain. There's no such thing as clean and dirty. It's the intention, what you're trying to do. If you're trying to be hurtful or funny, so if you're being funny and honest, I can deal with it, and that's what I prefer. I don't. I mean, anybody can make up stories about shit that didn't happen and make it really funny about like a talking frog who walked into a bar. Okay, yeah, okay, that's fine, but can you tell a real story about that frog and what really happened and still make me laugh?
Mm,
And also and I like stories or points of view that either I cannot tell or experience, or that even if I do know what your punchline is going to be, I'm going to enjoy the ride getting there.
yeah, yeah. The ride is fun. The ride is fun. And as far as I'm concerned with comedy, as long as it's funny, I like it.
Yeah,
If it's funny, I'm
yes.
good. If it's dirty and you still manage to keep it so it's not so dirty that it's like, ugh, that's really sick. I love it. I love it. If it's funny. If it's funny. I like clean stuff if it's funny, Yeah.
Hmm.
So, how did you do during the great COVID shutdown? When I mean all the stages were closed. All of
I was
them.
I was fine with it. The hardest thing for me was the cat food shortage.
Oh
Um,
yeah, the cat food
yeah,
shortage. I
the
forgot all about
cat they ran out of wet food for cats and dogs, and that was the hardest thing for me because people know cats will eat you in your sleep.
Yes,
So
they will.
my cat has to have food in the house. So I mean, yeah, I mean, for the most part, we did great because my wife had COVID twice. I had it once, and the first time my wife had it, it was in the beginning when nobody knew shit about it or how to take care of it. And so that was very scary, very scary time for us. She's fine. She's fine now.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I mean, she's still married to me.
I
So, but,
gotta ask her, would
but,
she rather have COVID?
yeah, she
you
would
know,
rather, yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
She's
I
like,
had COVID twice. I had COVID when it first came out because I was working as a nurse, and yeah, it was very scary because you were literally seeing people die. I was literally seeing my residents die left and right, and then I got sick, and it was scary. Um, and then I caught it again just this past January. It's like,
mm.
really? But I caught it by ding ding. My boyfriend came over coughing a little bit, denying he had COVID, saying he got tested. And I'm like, are you sure you don't have COVID? And then he's like, I don't have COVID. And then COVID got me. COVID got me with the ding ding. Turned out he did have COVID. And then I had COVID. Yeah. So yeah, that was no fun. So do you do anything different now with your gigs where you have a shared mic since COVID?
Oh, okay. And I didn't, I do have what they call a mic condom,
Yep.
but I don't use that per se, because for one thing, I don't put the mic that close to my mouth. I project. Okay, most comics do this. They have like they a lot of well, I should say a lot of comics have this thing where they rest the mic on their chin or
Yeah.
under their lip, and
Yeah.
it's because they're not breathing and they're not projecting. That they have no confidence, and I shouldn't say them no confidence, but they're just terrible. No stage presence. No, ugh. All right. I don't like it. Give me a mic. I can hold it this far away from my face because I can project. As a matter of fact, if the acoustics are okay, you can take the microphone away and I'm still going to project and people are still going to hear me. I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm going to get comfortable. I'm going to dig in and I'm going to let out. Dig in and shout out. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh, okay.
So,
You
yes,
project. Okay,
yes,
so
I
my
don't,
next
that didn't
question,
change me much.
my next question for you. What is up with 101 uses for your urn? I was on your page and I seen all these pictures of this urn with your face. And is that a scorpion on the back? Is that a
Yeah,
scorpion?
it's a two scale. I, okay. Yes. I don't
Cool.
know if people can see how to do this there. Yeah. That's the front.
There's not a whole lot of remains. I mean, the urn don't have to be that big. Just saying.
No, but because my face is that big,
Oh, okay,
see,
okay.
this is
Life
this
size.
isn't
You're
this is
gonna
an
terrify.
actual
You're gonna terrify the grandkids for the next 150 years when
see,
you
it's an
die.
actual mold of my face.
Oh, geez.
See, this is the mold. That yeah, that's it. This
Okay. Yeah,
uh,
you're gonna terrify the grandkids at 2 o'clock in the morning when they got to get up and pee pee and get a drink of water.
well, the eyes don't stay open. These eyes come off when I'm dead. They just open now because I'm not dead. I'm awake.
Oh,
So
jeez. Oh, jeez.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay. Yeah. And
but
101 uses. Have you got up to the 101 uses yet for your urn?
no, no, I haven't. And this is the lid, which most people do not get to see. Um,
Ooh,
because it's you. Now the lid says everything that I could take with me is in here with me.
this is true. This is
Yes.
true.
So and there's a base that I'm going to have. A base that I'm getting made, and the base says "Leave the world better than you found it." Or I should
That's
say, the base
cute.
is going to say "Leave the world better than you found it." So
You started comedy in 2014. Any
yes,
regrets?
yes, but not some of the regrets I didn't know I was going to have. Well, I guess if I knew I was going to have them, I would have done something different. But I had a strategy for my career even before I knew what comedy was like. If that makes sense. See, I
Okay.
had this thing. I knew. I I felt in my bones that if I did comedy, I would be good at it. Now, I didn't start doing it until I was 55, but I once I started, I mean, I knew that I knew I'd be good at it, and I was afraid that if I came out doing everything I knew how to do, nobody would want to work with me because they'd be like, and that's the truth. It's not being cocky. It's not being cocky. Um, it's the fact that I am multi-talented, multifaceted, and there are a lot of people out there who are multi-talented and multifaceted, and they're just a matter of how presentable you are on stage. And I come off as charismatic on stage, so that's a plus. I have a decent stage presence, which is a plus. I can play music, I can sing, I will be able to dance again. I couldn't dance before because I didn't have any cartilage in my knee. I just got my knee fixed. So once I get back in shape, if I want to dance, I'll be able to dance too. So I, I'm like a multifaceted threat. And I thought if I started off doing all that at once, nobody's going to know what to do with me. Also, they'll say, "Oh well, no." And so I held back a little. I gave my best show, but let's say it was just telling jokes. I'd give my best show, but it was just doing, you know, uh, I was like I said, I was holding back what I could do. I was trying to save things for a big reveal. So, and I don't know if that was a good strategy or a bad strategy because I'm not famous, and it takes time to be famous.
It's
So I
coming.
don't know.
It's coming. So my next question is, what is your dream gig?
My I want to do. I want to tour colleges. So I don't have like a dream gig per se. I want to be able to perform colleges, and I want to be able to I want to have the freedom to do a 2 hour set on a regular basis. I I can do a 2 hour set, not a problem. Um, I just, for, but I'm not famous enough that someone's going to book me at a college and say, okay, GD, here's your shot, 2 hours. That's not going to happen. See, it's going to be like, no, okay, now you've proven that you can do it. We'll let you do it. It was like, now, fuck you. I don't want to do it now. I'm too old. No, I'm okay. I don't want to say how old I am right now. I still know I was 55, but well, yeah, I will. I'm 62.
Yeah,
Okay. I started comedy at 55. You think about it, most of the time when people do something, their biggest fans are their peers. My peers were in their 50s, 60s, and 70s when I started comedy. They're not coming out at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night
It's too
to
late.
support me. No, they're not. You know, people like you get a young guy who's 19 years old, just starting comedy, telling the worst jokes in his life. But he's got 19 of his closest friends out there because that's Billy. Go
That's the
Billy.
life.
Tell
That's the
tell
life.
tell that yeah, tell that joke, that bad joke you do about your cat. You know, and he tells the joke and they all laugh. You know, I don't get that. They say it's this is a bringer show. I say, well, fuck that, because my friends aren't coming because it's after 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
They're not doing no,
Yeah.
and they're
I'm in
not
the
doing
same lane you're in. Same
right, and they're
lane.
not streaming. They're not streaming because they don't even streaming to them is they're standing over the toilet and they're hitting it.
There you
That's
go.
streaming to
And it
them.
makes it, and it doesn't sputter. it
Yes, yes,
doesn't
that's
sputter.
streaming.
Woo! Okay, so have you got any upcoming gigs, or do you have a way for my viewers to find you on social media?
Okay, the answer to that is okay. I just finished recording a DVD. Uh, first week of June. And I mean, just finished recording. I'm in the editing phases right now, and I'm doing the editing myself. Uh, so I'm not performing per se, but that was by design. My design was to take this time and edit. Now I'm doing one show on June 14th in York, but I'm opening for Will Abels. Well, I'm featuring for Will Abels. He's the headliner. He's a funny comic. I've worked with him before. He's a good guy. Um, but so I'm like on hiatus while I edit this DVD. Now, people who want to find me, your best bet is go to my website. Okay, you can write that down while I fillet myself. It's www.sogdfunny.com, and you go to the contacts page. And on the contacts page, you'll see my YouTube, uh, Facebook, Twitter, um, all of my contacts will be there, including TikTok, which I just started a couple of days ago, and I have like one follower on TikTok, and that's fine because I only did it to help. I only did it because someone says you got to get on TikTok. I'm like, yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, sure, and I did it.
You can see G.D. Fenderson. Get him on social media. But I got one question for you.
Sure.
Did you enjoy G.D. Fenderson? I did.
Yeah.
He was a joy. But I want to know, folks, can you handle all this fluffy stuff I got? Can you handle all this fluffy stuff I got? Can you handle all this fluffy that I got? Can you take it all this fluffy that I got? Can you handle it? Can you? I got the fluffy stuff in all the right places, but the fluffy stuff in everybody's faces. I'm wondering why you never know to handle all this fluffy stuff I got. Can you handle all this fluffy stuff that I got? Can you take all this fluffy stuff that I got? Can you handle me? Can you take it like I like it? Can you give it to me the way I want it? When I'm wandering and you're turning around, can you grip it upside down? Can you handle all these lovely girls that I got? Can you take on all these lovely girls that I got? Can you handle me? Can you handle all these lovely I want to thank Mr. G.D. Fenderson. Thank you so much for being my guest. I appreciate you, and you're a very funny and entertaining person.
It's a
And I want
pleasure.
to thank, I want to thank and your urn that's going to scare the hell out of your generations to come. And I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank Tallies, even though I'm not there right now. I want to thank Tallies for allowing me to take their stage. Thank you, Brenda Brown. I want to also thank Roku TV. And I also want to thank UBSN TV. And thank you all for watching. And if you want to be a guest on my show, just hit me up on Sippin Tea with Lisa D, The Real Tea on Facebook, and just leave me a message and let me know you want to be on my show. My show starts at 6:30 p.m. and we're done at 7:30 p.m. every Thursday. Every Thursday. Yeah, we just did some tea. Thank you for sipping tea with me. Lisa D. Thank you for sipping tea with me. Thank you for sipping tea with me. Friday today. I want to sip some tea with a little more. Thank you for sipping tea with me. Thank you for sipping tea with me. Thank you for sipping tea with me. With some tea. I want to sip tea. Sip tea with me. Sip tea. Come in with me.